What is going on, everyone? My name is Alpha, and today we're back with another Pokemon challenge video. Today we're on Pokemon X, and today's challenge will be Can I Beat Pokemon X Hardcore Nuzlocke Shiny only with only bug type Pokemon. Now, we've done this in the past, I think on ORS, right before we did this one. A lot of people did enjoy the bug type challenge video, so we're gonna go back on it on X and Y. One of my most underrated games, I must say. They are quite short, but they are quite fun. I'm not gonna lie, I've been replaying it so much in the past year that it's actually crazy. Anyways, we are doing a hardcore Nuzlocke. The rules are on screen right now, so I don't have to read them out. You guys can read them out, or you guys should know it by now. And as well, I gotta preface that each of my Pokemon will be nicknamed after you guys in the comments. So thank you so much for leaving a comment in a previous challenge video. If you guys want to be nicknamed after a Pokemon in my future challenge videos, just drop it in comments and hopefully I'll pick yours. And while you guys are down there, please show some support on this challenge video by leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. It will greatly help my channel. Let's aim for 1,000 likes. I think we hit those likes a lot of times, so let's aim for 1,000 likes. If you guys can do that, it really help me out and it will make my day. Anyways, let's get into the challenge video itself. So to begin off, there is no bug type starter Pokemon in X and Y like always, so we have to go out and make do with what we can. The first route in the game, which is gonna be Route 2. Where's Route 1? No one talked about that. Where's Route 1? But in Route 2, there are multiple bug type Pokemon we can capture. However, the first bug type shiny Pokemon we encounter is going to be our first Pokemon. And luckily enough, we do hunt around in Route 2. And also, I want to preface that my shiny videos, the odds have been modified to 1 in 1,500. So think of it as I have 3 shiny charms, which helps me get better odds in finding shiny Pokemon. It helps to speed up a little bit more. It doesn't defeat the point of shiny hunting for a Pokemon. So shiny hunting in Route 2, we end up getting a shiny Scatterbug, which actually looks kind of cool. It has like a, well, I don't know if I can say this without getting demonetized, but its body and head turns white opposed to the color black. I'm not trying to get demonetized, okay? It's just a shiny form of a bug Pokemon. But we're gonna capture the bug Pokemon and put it on our team. And now we're gonna head into the forest right past Route 2, and obviously in the forest there's gonna be tons of bug type Pokemon we can capture. Ironically, there's only 2, either the Weedle line or the Caterpie line. And we're gonna search out here for a little bit until we get a shiny Pokemon. We end up getting a shiny golden Caterpie, which I don't know how I feel about this. I thought we are gonna get a Beedrill. I think Weedle is more common in X than Caterpie is. We did find ourselves a shiny Caterpie, which we'll also put that on our team. So heading into the first gym in the game against Viola, the bug type gym leader, we're gonna have 2 Pokemons, 2 butterflies, and well, moth. It's the same thing. Anyways, we're gonna face off against Viola. We're gonna start the battle off against her using our Supernova, which is gonna be our Butterfree. Butterfree is going to beat down the Surskit with multiple confusions. We also poison it, so we avoid any like potions or whatever, and we're gonna knock it out in another hit. And then her next Pokemon will be her ace Pokemon, which is gonna be a Vivillon. Her Vivillon is going to be kind of annoying. I went for a sleep powder first, which maybe I should have went for a poison powder, because eventually I'm gonna hit it down to red HP and it's gonna heal up, and it's gonna use a potion. I don't want to get trapped in with infestation because it might just knock out my Butterfree, so I'm gonna switch out into my own Vivillon, which the only thing that's different between this Vivillon and the other one is the pattern, and the shiny form is just that its body is white compared to black. I'm gonna get canceled if I keep talking like this, but eventually our Vivillon will knock out her Vivillon and we get our first gym badge in the game. Pretty easy, pretty simple. Now we move on into Route 4, which there is multiple more bug type Pokemon we can find in here. We can find ourselves a Ladybug or a Combee. We're really hoping we don't get a Combee because it's most likely we're not going to get a female Combee. Luckily enough, we do search around and find ourselves a shiny Ladybug, which is going to be added to our team. No one's a big fan of Ladybug, so I don't think it's going to be too useful on my team, but it's nice to have in case I need to sack something. And then moving on into Route 6. In this grass, you can only find Ninkadas, but you can find Venipede over in the sneaky spawns, which maybe I should have looked forward to, but I just got tired. It wasn't working out. I couldn't find anything, so I decided to search out for a Ninkata instead, and eventually we're gonna find ourselves a shiny Ninkata. And then once we've captured our Ninkata, we're gonna move out into Route 7, where there's another Pokemon to shiny hunt. In Route 7, there's Illumise and also a Volbeat. We're looking more so for Volbeats, and we actually got lucky and found ourselves a shiny Volbeat in the grass here. It's because Volbeat gets Terra Glow and has a lot of access to really good moves. I think Illumise has the same thing, but I think Volbeat is more offensive, so I really prefer this one over Illumise. We're going to capture Volbeat and put it on our team, and then head towards the second gym in the game. But first, we're going to evolve our Ninkata into a Ninjask. Though it gives me another Pokemon in Shedinja, it still has the same encounter route. I just want to make sure that you guys know that I'm not going to like take a cheap way out. I'm not going to use Shedinja because it is actually kind of broken because of Wonder Guard and everything. So we're not going to use Shedinja. We're going to use Ninjask as its own Pokemon, as the solo Pokemon. And then we're going to move out into the beachy area here with the rocks. We're going to rock smash up all these rocks until we get a shiny Dwebble. Dwebble can only be found in rocks, so we just have to rock smash up. It is also a bug type Pokemon, so we're going to keep rock smashing until we find ourselves a shiny Dwebble. There's also a bunch of items you get for this, so it's actually kind of worth it, not gonna lie. So we're gonna encounter a shiny Dwebble and then capture it and put it on our team. Now, since we have a full party, we can go out and face off against the second gym leader in the game. We're gonna face off against Grant. Grant is going to be the rock type gym leader in the game, and he's gonna start the battle off against us using Amora. Now, Amora is an ice and rock type Pokemon. I decided to go out and rock smash it. Unfortunately, it has Rock Tomb and one-shots my Lady Ann, so well, down goes my first Pokemon already. So I decided to switch out into my Dwebble. Luckily, Dwebble has Rock Smash to knock out the Amora in one shot. He goes out into his Tyrunt next, which is going to be his ace Pokemon. He's also going to Rock Tomb into my Dwebble, which does a lot of damage but lowers defense. So I decided I don't want to lose my Dwebble here. I decided to go out and sack my Butterfree to reset my Dwebble's speed. Unfortunately, I had to sack a Pokemon for this, but I go out into my Dwebble to Rock Smash into the Tyrunt to knock him out, and we end up beating Grant, but losing 2 Pokemon in the process. Grant, I keep telling you guys, I think pretty consistently in all my X and Y videos, I lose a Pokemon to Grant at least like 20% of the time. And then from there, we're going to move out into Route 8, I believe, something like that. Route 8, Route 10, like this. Out here, you can go out in the Horde encounters and find yourselves a Yama, which is going to be our next Pokemon. We're just going to use all the honey we can and then encounter ourselves a shiny Yama, which is actually front and center. So we're going to capture Yama and add it to our team, which is going to be a replacement for one of our Pokemon that actually went down in the previous battle. And then we can move on. We can move out into Route 12. Out here, there is a very rare chance of getting ourselves a Pinsir or a Heracross. Pinsir in X, Heracross in Y. Now, unfortunately, we are going to eventually find ourselves a shiny Pinsir. It takes a little bit, though. But we find ourselves a shiny Pinsir. And unfortunately, we can't Mega Evolve it, because the Mega Stone is only available to you after you beat the Pokemon League. So we can't even Mega Evolve it, which is unfortunate. I was excited to use Mega Pinsir once I found out I can capture it. So we're going to add Pinsir to our team and move on into the third gym in the game. Now, the third gym leader in the game is going to be against Karina. Karina is going to be the fighting type gym leader, and she can start off the battle off against us using a Mienfoo. Now, this Mienfoo is going to flinch my Vivillon, but luckily I could two-shot him, use my Psybeam against him, and then knock out the Mienfoo, waste all her potions, which is a plus. She goes out to a Machoke, which does have Rock Tomb, I do know that, but I just go on Psybeam it. I take a Rock Tomb. I actually live a Rock Tomb, which is interesting. I was prepared to sacrifice my Vivillon here, but it's all good. I two-shot the Machoke and knock him out using Psybeam. And then she's going to go out into her Hawlucha next. I decided to go out into my Pinsir to take a Flying Press pretty easily. I go out and then Rock Tomb it to lower his speed. And then it's going to Flying Press me once more. I live it with 1 HP, which is very lucky because my Pinsir, I just got my Pinsir. And it spent such a long time trying to find it too. From there though, I'm panicking. I need to find out what Pokemon to switch into. I feel like someone's going to die. I'm just going to sack Yama here because obviously I can't switch out to anything else. Yama's going to take a Flying Press until it goes down. And then I'm going to weaken it down with Quick Attack. And then it's going to knock out my Yama. I can go out to my Vivillon to outspeed him, and then Psybeam to knock him out. So we beat the third gym leader in the game, but unfortunately we put a third death on the death counter. So, I mean, it's a trade-off. I mean, I was about to get a Yamega. That would have been cool, but unfortunately we have to box Yama now. Next up, we're going to move on into the fourth gym leader in the game. We're going to face off against Ramos. Ramos is going to be the grass-type gym leader. And we're going to start the battle off against him using my Crustle, which will obviously Rock Slide and one-shot the Jumpluff fairly easily. And then he goes out into his Weeping Bow next. I thought he was going to go out to his Go-Go, but it's okay. I went out for a Rock Slide. He Poison Powders me, which is unfortunate. And then he heals up, he Poison Powders. It's really, really annoying. So I decided I didn't want to sack my Crustle. So I went out to my Volbeat and then double back out into my Ninjask. Ninjask can take an acid and start setting up Swords Dances in front of the Weeping Bow, which will slash the Weeping Bow and knock him out. And then, maybe not the best idea here, but I went for a Fury Cutter against the Go-Goat. And then, unfortunately, he lives it and takes down me. But I'll live it with 2 HP. Maybe not the best idea. I should have just kept boosting up against the Weeping Bow. but luckily I do knock out the Go-Goat, and we get our 4th gym badge of the game fairly easily. Now next up, we're going to head into the power plant. We have to be very careful of not exceeding the level cap in this game, because we're very close of doing it. I think one of my Pokemon got to level 37 already, so we need to turn off the XP share. We are missing a Pokemon here, and we have access to Surf now. We are going to go out back into Route 3. Before the first gym of the game, we are going to encounter ourselves a Masquerain. Masquerain is a very common Pokemon you can find in this water pond. So we're going to keep searching out until we get a shiny Masquerain, which eventually we do. We're going to put it on our team, which I don't think this Masquerain is going to be too helpful in the next gym, in the Electric Gym. We're going to capture Masquerain and put it on our team and face off against the 5th gym leader in the game. We're going to face off against Clement. Clement is going to be the Electric type gym leader in the game and start the battle off against us using an Emoka. I'm going to start the battle off against him using my Crustle. So obviously going to Sword Dance right in front of him. He goes out to his Magneton. I'm hoping for a flinch here. Unfortunately, I don't get a flinch. He's going to set up Electric Terrain, but I'm able to Bodos, knock out the Magneton. He goes out to his Heliolisk next. He's going to Grass Knot me. Does a lot of damage to me, but I'm able to Bodos and knock him out in one shot. Now, I know this Omega does outspeed me, so I don't want to risk this. I decided to go out into my Masquerain to do some pivoting, so I could go out to my Vivillon to side beam it down. He's actually gonna get my Vivillon low on HP, so I went back to my Masquerain. I assume he's gonna go for an Aerial Ace once again, but he went for a Volt Switch and knocked out my Masquerain. So, well, Masquerain lived a very short life. I went out into my Pinsir to just Sword Dance up and Exeter to knock out the Emoga, which is going to secure our 5th gym badge in the game. And next up, we can move out into Route 14. In Route 14, there's a story behind this too. We're going to go out and encounter ourselves a shiny Skorupi, which is going to be one of my favorite looking shiny Pokemon. It's all red and stuff. It looks very cool. So we're going to capture the Skorupi and add it to our team. Unfortunately though, we're going to evolve it into Drapion, and then I completely forgot Drapion is not a bug type Pokemon. Technically, I would have beat Viola very easily, but this is a big oopsie on my part. I'm going to start the battle off against Viola using my Drapion to set up against her Mawile, and then we're going to Bodos into it and knock it out in very easy fashion. She goes out into her Mr. Mime right after. It's going to get Poison Jab to its face and knocked out, and also her Sylveon will get knocked out in his face as well. Now, unfortunately, I didn't realize Drapion wasn't a bug type into the next gym. So we're going to head into the next gym of the game. We're going to face off against the 7th gym leader in the game. We're going to face off against Olympia. Olympia is going to be the Psychic type gym leader, and start the battle off against her using my Drapion. I'm going to Sword Dance in front of the Sigilyph, and then I'm going to Night Slash it. And then at this point is when I realize, wait, Night Slash is stab, Poison is stab. Where does the bug come into? I Sword Dance up against the Slowking, right? And then I get hit with a Power Gem, and I'm like, wait a second, that's not super effective. I'm a bug type, so I didn't click a move. I went to check his typing, and lo and behold, he's a Poison and Dark type Pokemon. And I'm like, oh my god, I've messed up. So I don't know what to do in this situation. I decided to go out into my Pinsir eventually, and then Sword Dance up in front of the Slowking to eventually knock him out with an Exeter, and we secured the 7th gym badge. But obviously my Drapion is not a legal Pokemon, so we're just gonna box it and pretend nothing happened. I would have beat the other gyms too. It's just that it's kind of funny how that happened. So Drapion's not on the team. He didn't die either. He just disappeared. Doesn't count. So now I have to go out into the Team Flare hideout with one less Pokemon. So we're going to clear through the Team Flare hideout and move on and face off against Lysander. We're going to capture Xerneas first and then face off against Lysander in the final Team Flare fight. We're obviously not going to put Xerneas on our team. We're going to start the battle off against Lysander using our Crustle. Now Crustle learned a very important move called Shell Smash. Now Shell Smash is a very boosting move. The only way I calculated winning is to boost up twice against the Mian Shell. Luckily enough, it didn't hit me on the second turn. I'm using Shell Smash. It's going to Sword Dance up, and then luckily enough, I am able to outspeed him and knock him out with an X-Scissor. He goes out to his Honchkrow next, which I can X-Scissor and avoid Rock Slide possibly missing. He then goes out to his Pyroar, which I'm going to Rock Slide, and luckily it didn't miss, and I'm able to knock out the Pyroar. And Lysander's last Pokemon will be a Mega Gyarados, which I can X-Scissor and knock him out. And I just realized he has more Pokemon than most gym leaders, so that's kind of embarrassing. He's actually more difficult than most gym leaders. But we're able to knock out Lysander in a 6-0 sweep. And then we're going to move out into Route 18, where we're able to find ourselves a Durant in the wild. We're able to find ourselves a shiny Durant and add it to our team. If you guys know from my previous challenge video with the fire types only, there was a shiny Durant that actually eventually knocked out my Heatmore in this route. So we eventually got ourselves the Durant Revenge and put it on our team. And now we can face off against the 8th gym leader in the game. We can face off against Wolfric. Wolfric is going to be the ice type gym leader in the game. And we're going to start the battle off against him using my Durant. Durant is going to Iron Head into the Abomasnow to one-shot him. Well, it didn't even one-shot it, but it flinched him. So we're able to just keep Iron Heading down and we'll eventually knock out the Abomasnow. I thought he was going to be one-shotted. Where's also Home Claws? I didn't put Home Claws on my Durant. That's dumb. He goes out to his Avalog next, which I was hoping I could flinch him down, but he's going to curse twice in front of me. And at this point, I can't do enough damage against him. So I decided to go out into my other Pokemon. So I'm panicking here because this thing is going to one-shot something if it hits me. I decided to go out into my Crustle, which he curses up in front of me again. I'm going to Shell Smash in front of him. Luckily enough, I lived an Avalanche with a +3 Avalok in front of me. I Rock Slide him, he flinches, and then he decides not to heal, and we got very lucky in that situation because we could have lost Crustle, and that would have been a big blow to our team. He goes out to his Cryogonal next. I decided to go back to my Durant. I could take any hits. I accidentally went for a dig. That's how confident I am. And eventually, I'm going to go for an Iron Head with one-shots his Cryogonal, and we get our 8th gym badge in the game. And now we can move on into Victory Road, where we're going to clear through Victory Road by destroying our rival right here. Our Vivillon's boosted up with Corvidans, and the level cap is at 65 plus because you get enter the Elite Four at level 65, and then whatever XP you get is whatever XP you get. And now we can move on into the Elite Four and face off against the Elite Four. The first Elite Four member we're going to face off against is obviously Malva. Malva is going to be the fire type Elite Four member in the game, possibly one of the harder ones since we're a bug only team. But we're going to start the battle off against Malva using my Shell Smashing Crustle. Crustle is going to Shell Smash right in front of the Pyroar, take a Flamethrower. Luckily it did not burn me, and I'm able to Bulldoze one-shot the Pyroar. She goes out to a Torkoal next, which can live my Bulldoze but not my Rock Slide. So I'm able to Rock Slide and knock out her Torkoal, which is nice. She goes out to a Talonflame. Luckily the Rock Slide lands and knock out the Talonflame. And her final Pokemon will be a Chandelure, which I'm able to Bulldoze and knock it out in one shot. And we're able to beat Malva, which she only has 4 Pokemon, which I think is a dumb idea. I think they should all have 5, and then the champion has 6. That makes more sense. And now we can move on and face out against Wingstrom. Wingstrom's going to be the next Elite Four member in the game. He's also going to be the Steel type Elite Four member. He's going to start the battle off against us using a Klefki. I start off with a Volbeat, which I know you guys haven't really seen too much of Volbeat, but I'm able to Tail Glue twice up in front of the Klefki and then Thunderbolt it down. I do a lot of damage. I one-shot it, and then it goes to us Probopass. I'm able to Thunderbolt into him. Luckily enough, I know it's not going to knock him out, but he's going to Power Gem me. I live it pretty easily. Not easily, but I still live it though. And 2 Thunderbolts will knock him out. Unfortunately though, he sends out his Scizor next, which will obviously 1v1 me because he has Bullet Punch. So I decided to go out to my Vivillon. Vivillon's going to Hurricane into the Scizor. Luckily enough, it gets confused, hits itself in confusion, and I'm able to Hurricane once again. By the way, Vivillon does have Compound Eye, so that's why Hurricane is so accurate. I'm able to knock out Scizor very easily. And then Aegislash comes out next as his final Pokemon. I'm going to go out to my Durant and then Crunch it, trying to lower his defenses. It's going to Shadow Claw me as I go for Dig, because I assume it's going to go for, obviously, a King's Shield. I go for a Crunch once again, trying to lower his defense and then go for a Dig. But eventually, I caught him on this attack where he's going to hit me with a Shadow Claw, and he doesn't have Shadow Snake, and he stays in Blade form, which I predicted. He's going to get crunched and knocked out, and we easily beat Wingstrom without losing a single Pokemon. Pretty easy so far. As we move on into the next Elite Four member, we're going to face off against Drasna. Drasna is going to be the Dragon type Elite Four member, which is pretty underwhelming. She could have had so many different Dragon types, but she has Dragolich, Altaria, Noivern, and a Druddigon. Could have been Garchomp and Salamence instead of Druddigon and Altaria, but whatever. So I start off the battle off against Drasna using my Crustle to obviously Shell Smash up, take a Surf. I did not know it had Surf. So Bulldoze to knock out the Dragolich, obviously. And then she goes out to her Altaria, which I'm able to outspeed, and Rock Slide will knock it out. She goes out to a Noivern, which I risked it, and I outspeed the Noivern as well. Rock Slide will knock out the Noivern, and then her last Pokemon will be a Druddigon. I decided to go out into my Durant, which gets Dragon Tail around. We're getting Dragon Tail. This is getting absurd right here. We are chipping it down to half HP. We go out into our Volbeat. We're able to Tail Glow up, and then Bug Buzz to knock out the Druddigon, and eventually we are able to beat Drasna after like 10,000 switches. Luckily, it doesn't have any hazards or anything. And now we can face off against the final Elite Four member before the champion. We're going to face off against Sealbird. Sealbird is going to be the Water type Elite Four member and start the battle off against us using a Clawitzer. Now, I did put a citrus berry on my Vivillon to set up, take any hits. I thought this thing had ice beam. I'm not gonna lie. It only has water pulse, so I'm able to just survive all the hits it can. Get 3 quiver dances up in front of him, and then it's gonna still water pulse me. Actually, I got 4. Oh my. I'm risking it, really. I'm gonna bug buzz to knock out the Clawitzer. He's gonna go out to his Barbarico, which I am able to bug buzz and knock him out as well. Then he goes out to his Gyarados, which will also go down to a Hurricane. I missed the first Hurricane, which is incredible because I think it's a very low percentage chance missing Hurricane with Compound Eyes. But I am able to hit the second one because he choked and went for a Dragon Dance. And then his final Pokemon will be a Starmie, which I'm able to bug buzz and knock him out. There goes the Starmie, and now we can face off against the champion in the game. We're going to face off against Diantha. Now, Diantha, this fight is actually pretty difficult. So we're going to start the battle off against Diantha using my Vivillon against her Hawlucha. She's going to start the battle using Swordsman. I'm going to go for a Quiver Dance. I outspeed him, and Hurricane will knock out the Hawlucha in one shot. She then goes out to a Tyrantrum, which I go for a Hurricane. I try to confuse it, but it's going to head smash and knock me out and lose about all his HP. So I go out to my Durant next. Durant's going to one-shot, obviously, the Tyrantrum with Iron Head. Then she's going to unfortunately go out to her Goodra, which I'm like, I don't have a plan for this at all. So I decided to go out and risk it. I go out to my Volbeat. I want to assume that she's going to miss a Fire Blast at some point. She doesn't miss a Fire Blast at all. She's actually going to end up Fire Blasting me and burning me and knocking on my Volbeat without Volbeat doing anything. So that's unfortunate. I go out to my Crustle next and hoping at this point it's going to miss a Fire Blast. It has Muddy Water. So I'm going to Shell Smash up against him, and that's unfortunate. I go out for X-Scissor. Unfortunately, it still does not kill him, and then he's going to knock me out, which is annoying. But it's fine. I decided to go up to my ninjas now, set up in front of the Goodra. This Goodra does not want to die. I set up twice against her. She can hit me with a Fire Blast. Of course she does. She hits every single Fire Blast. And also burns me on the last one. And then my ninjas is almost rendered useless because it only has 1 hit left into it. So I'm going to Exorcism. At least it did a lot of chip damage. And it goes down to another Fire Blast. Oh my god. So now I only have 2 Pokemon left. My Pinsir and my Durant. I'm going to Iron Head into the Goodra to knock him out. And then her next Pokemon will be an Aurorus, which also gets Iron Headed and knocked out. And then the next Pokemon will be a Gourgeist, which I am able to crunch it and then crunch it again. And 2 crunches will knock him out, which is actually pretty nice. And her final Pokemon will be a Mega Gardevoir, which actually works out to my favorite because I outspeed him with my Durant. Iron Head will one-shot the Mega Gardevoir, and we actually clutched up. Durant clutched up. Pinsir didn't see the light of day at all, but we're able to clutch up against Diantha and beat the champion of the game with almost the worst luck possible. We almost choked that at the end. We also beat AZ with our Pinsir and our Durant, and we end up this challenge with 8 deaths, which is a lot of deaths if you think about it, but most of it came from the very end where we had to sack so many Pokemon for no reason. I actually switch out to Volbeat for no reason, so oopsies. But we did beat AZ, and that will be the end of the video. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. If you guys could leave a like, comment down below some challenge ideas just like this one and some nicknames, and subscribe if you guys are not already. It'll really help my channel as we're looking for 1,000 likes on this video. Anyways, I'll see you guys next week for more hardcore Nuzlocke shiny only runs. My name's been Alpha. Hope you guys all had a great day, and I'm out. Peace.